All right, folks, welcome to another edition of Ascension Outdoors. I'm Lyle Johnson.
And I'm Goosie, guys.
From South Louisiana, I guess I should explain. Looks like the kind of home for my kind of man. We were fishing in bayou streams and dreaming from dream to dream, flipping on what Mama Nature stored. Yeah, you won't believe the things I saw on old Lake Marapon. Mama Nature, you're gonna drive us all insane. For the rustle of their wings in that cold December wind brings me back to the banks of Marapon.
Ascension Outdoors is brought to you by the following sponsors. All right, man, summertime is on, bro.
It's
Heat's
on.
here, and it's time for the saltwater fishing rodeo.
The wind quit blowing.
Yeah,
Right,
that's right.
right here in the middle of June,
Yeah.
right on key, just like always.
That's right. You know, down around Grand Isle and Fouchon, you know, the speckled trout fishing is red hot, but up until now, they have had a little bit of trouble with the wind, you know.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that's really kept them from catching fish, really. Just about any time they out there on the beaches. They at Timberlear, they at Elmer's Island, they at Fouchon around the barges, they everywhere. 4 Bypass.
Right.
Yeah, and even behind the island and Commandant Pass around them islands and them oyster reefs, they there.
Yeah, they've been catching a lot of fish over
Right.
behind the island, like you
Oh,
said. And that's, like I say, that's commonplace for this time of the year. And then out there is around Delacroix, they're doing real well
Right,
out there too.
right.
Yeah, and look, with all that comes the big saltwater fishing rodeos
That's right.
of the year. Of course, CCA,
Yeah.
it goes all the way down to Labor Day.
Labor Day, it started on Memorial Day, so it's well underway.
You know, it's amazing too. The first tag redfish was caught, and the catcher of it really donated the truck back to CCA and said he
Right.
didn't really need a truck. So what a gesture that was. And so that redfish that's worth a truck is still out there swimming
That's
around.
right. That's right. And you know, it hadn't been won in the last couple
No, it
of
hasn't.
years. You know, several
Right.
tag fish have been caught, but people that caught them wasn't in the rodeo.
Yeah, and look, that need to.
That's heartbreaking too.
Yeah, really. I joined CCA every
Right.
year, and that naturally not just because of Star Rodeo,
Right.
because it's a fine organization,
Right.
but boy, I sure would hate to catch one of them and know that I can own a
Oh,
boat or a
man.
pickup truck, and just because I didn't join
Right.
was the reason why. That wouldn't be good.
Yeah, well, you know the commercial for a couple of years, you got to be crazy to go saltwater fishing without a ticket, bro.
I agree with that.
Hey,
too.
look, you can log on to ccalouisiana.com and you know, sign up
Right.
right there online, you know, and so it's real easy to do, you know, even if you're getting ready to take a trip down there, you don't have to go hunt one somewhere. Although all the way stations sell them, you can
Yeah.
still get all that information on their website.
You know, and that, I mean, the redfish thing is one thing out of CCA, but there's big speck, big flounder.
Oh, yeah. Kayak division, they got.
It's really
some
grown. It's
offshore,
a youth division, isn't
Right,
it?
right, oh, yeah. And Mississippi is included this year
Sure.
as well.
Yeah.
And so it's lots of opportunities. Of course, one of the first big ones that come up is, you know, old rodeos is the Golden Medal Fouchon International Tarpon Rodeo. This year is the 65th annual, and it's July 4th, 5th, and 6th. It's always around the July 4th weekend. So this is kind of Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And once again, Chris Moran stepped up to the plate. He's president of it, and of course he owns Moran's Marina, and he's also acquired, I guess what they call the backside as well, back
Right.
around by Steve Tommy's, that little marina back there, and fully stocked with live bait. You know, he's changed that place all up. The apartments are fixed up real well, got a great place, and that's where the weigh-in will be held as well.
The money they acquire from the rodeo goes
Right.
to college scholarships.
Right. And different, yeah, for the Golden Meadow High School. That's right.
Yeah. Not long after that, last weekend of July, comes the big Grand Isle Tarpon Rodeo. That'll be following suit.
That's right.
Everybody knows about that. That's kind of like Mardi Gras in July down
That's
there.
right.
Then that's a big event.
It's a good time
Yeah.
too. Hey, look, we still got a little bit of crawfish season left, don't we?
Yeah. We're gonna. This ain't saltwater. What you're getting ready to see right now. This is swamp water.
That's right.
But you know, I really enjoy that.
Right.
I think that's a wonderful thing. Wading through the swamp,
And a
catching
lost art
crawfish.
to some degree.
It is, and you'd be surprised how many people really still want to do that. And this is a trip I took to Lake Ridge Hunting Club, my old buddy Mike Malone, back on their property back there, and done a little bit of set netting just to see how I could do set netting, but mostly set some traps, and it didn't take long.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I ran them 4 hours later. And
Plenty.
2.5 sacks of crawfish. What else can you want?
Yeah, you're right. All right, folks, stay tuned. After the break, we'll be back in the Bluff Swamp with some mud bugs. If you're looking for a pontoon boat, head down Airline Highway to Premier Performance Marine in Gonzales. Pontoon boats have come a long way, and whether it's a South Bay, Excursion, Berkshire, or Bentley Encore, let the friendly folks at Premier Performance Marine find the pontoon boat that's right for you. Whether you want a traditional cruiser, a stern lounge, or a fishing model, we have the largest selection of pontoon boats in the South. Come see Wendell or Phillip at Premier Performance Marine and visit mypontoons.com for the latest deals and specials. Ascension equipment right here on Airline Highway.
A lot of machinery here that a lot of us don't really like to operate a lot of times. It involves cutting grass. I know myself, I'm not a big grass cutter, but we got to do it.
We got anything from the conventional riders to the zero turns.
Ain't no better place to get you one than right here.
Roland J. Robert Distributor in Burnside has been keeping South Louisiana fueled up since 1924. We provide wholesale fuel and petroleum products to industries and service stations. We also specialize in the development of retail convenience stores. Our people have the expertise and support to help you start a thriving business. If you're looking to build your own Chevron, Shell, or unbranded service station, call Keith, Jim, or Harold. Get fueled up with Roland J. Robert Distributor.
Oh yeah. Beautiful. Last time I was standing right here, I sure wasn't crawfishing. Matter of fact, I made a good squirrel hunt right through here where we're going at today. Yeah, water's been up high all year long, and still see some deer tracks in here. Today we're gonna do some crawfishing. We're getting ready to bait up some traps. Man, they're running everywhere you look. This crawfish taking off. We got some of that artificial crawfish bait we're gonna use today, and also I got some beef milk we're gonna throw in there. Yeah, you know, Mike, a lot of people don't realize, but crawfish really feed on vegetation, decaying leaves, things like that. That's what they feed on. That's what they live on. You know, we always, naturally, when we bait with fish or beef melt or artificial stuff, but they don't have that to eat all the time out here. Old time crawfishing here. You know, you got different kinds of crawfishing, really. You got pond crawfishing. You got Chafalot Basin crawfishing, which is a little different along the same line of this, but to some degree different. The water levels really fluctuate more over there, and it's cooler water and all, but this is regular old swamp crawfishing here.
I always did like this kind of crawfish and wading around this water and all. Back in there, you gotta watch where you put your foot though. A lot of times, they do have a lot of, or several, should I say, not a lot. But the chance of running across the old cottonmouth is out here. I seen it off from a distance. That snake in that trap that's hanging in a tree. So, yeah. Oh, I see you, partner. And you know what? I ain't gonna fool with that trap. Unless Mike wants to.
No, we're gonna bypass that.
We'll bypass him, let him have it. These traps, you say you've been having for about 25 years, Mike?
Yeah, some of them are about 25 years old. This old coated wire lasts a long time.
Yeah. All you do at the end of the crawfishing time is hang them on a tree.
That's it.
Deer stand. Maybe 3 or 4 months somebody be sitting on top of that with all the hopes and prayers, killing a beautiful whitetail. It's deep up in this section here. The water's a lot deeper. It's like knee deep. We're kind of struggling at this point to find deep enough water to put your traps in. But getting it done. Waited a little bit too long to come do this, but not really, because I'm gonna do pretty good. This part right here is a little slough, if you want to call it that. It runs out through the swamp, so it is a little deeper here than in other places that we've been. A lot of times with crawfish, y'all, a lot of people don't understand this. When the water goes down over the top of them, for the most part, they go in the ground. They don't all go to the last little hole of water like you would think so much. Alligators? Oh, I'm sure there's a few in this deeper water right here. Man, it's starting to pour down rain right now. You know, when the swamp dries up during the summer, those alligators, they migrate to them local ponds and stuff around here. They kind of know where there's a water hole at somewhere. Amazing how nature is. All right, man, we kind of concluded our baiting of the traps, so we come back out. We found one. This trap probably ain't been baited a half hour, so let's see what we got in there.
Yeah, you're gonna have some good tender crawfish in here. These are just the right size.
Yeah, really. I'm gonna do a little setting that, and this is the old recreational means of crawfishing right here. First thing you need here is a pole. Check, see there ain't no wasp nest. To lift the net with, you're gonna need this pole. But I'm gonna try to sneak up on them. See how that works out. Bait them up, son. Beak melt always works good in setting nets. If the crawfish are really running good and they eat up your bait, it's always good to replace it with some fresh bait. They ain't like leaving a trap overnight where everything's really moving around. And in this swamp here, it's not moving water right now. In the swamp here, the water is dead still. It's not like in the Chapala Basin or something where you got a current flowing through. Now, I will say this, later on in the year, as the spillway drops, Chapala Basin is gonna get real good for crawfish. And the crawfish in there, in general, a little different than back here. Don't get quite as hard, quite as fast, because naturally, you don't have, the water is a little bit cooler in there and deeper. They'll stay edible a little longer. I'll let them sit there 10 or 15 minutes. See how good they're really running at this point. You don't want them to stay there too long because they eat all the bait out of it if there's a bunch of them get in. It may take a little while for them to get in there. By all indications, I mean, I'm looking at one of them traps right there. And there's crawfish all over inside that trap already. So it looks like we're gonna have one heck of a run this evening. And they're all in there. You can see all the movement. You can see some of them on the outside trying to get in. There's others on the inside. Well, they ain't really trying to get out because they got bait in there, so they happy right now.
It gets tiring after a while.
Yeah, it does. At the beginning of the season in spring there, it's cool and really craving crawfish and all, and it's the thing to do then. Then it starts getting up in the early summer there. It starts wearing on you a little bit to do it.
Yeah,
I sure
basically
appreciate it.
do it so friends of mine can enjoy crawfish. Their kids can come out here and see where food comes from. Kind of sneak up on them a little bit. You don't want to make too much noise if you can help it. Oh yeah. And a lot of these crawfish, I'm gonna move this one over to the you know, you was talking about that's a little male there. You can tell, you flip back there, see the little thing there, that's a male. If it ain't got that, it's a female. And when I used to fish them commercially a little bit there, here and there, I found that out. The big ones is basically a bunch of head, but medium-sized crawfish really bring you the most yield per pound. Oh, good catch in them there. Real good catch. Well, so you can get to the grass. Come on, we got bring this grass back here on this one. Gonna be a good spot right there. Typically setting that, you use a dozen to 2 dozen nets. That was 7. Now, you'd be surprised how, and I wasn't letting them sit too long, be surprised how that builds up in a sack right there. Really and truly, that's about a serving of crawfish for somebody right there, out of one run. So that wasn't bad at all for that little bit of amount of time right there. We had determined, after looking at them trouts, I mean, 4 of them, they ain't been that long. I'm gonna go home and get my boiling pot ready. We're not gonna let them sit as long as we originally was. Cause that trap right there, I'm gonna just say it's got 2 or 3 pounds of crawfish in it. Right now, I can see that plain as day from right here. But them traps are loaded to the top. There's millions of them in that grass when you walk through there. Great catch right there, fantastic. At least a pound of crawfish in that one. Talking to a friend of mine last night, I'm down here, living in Kansas now. I told him what I was going to do today. He said, man, don't tell me that. He said up till a couple weeks ago, he's still freezing to death up there. To be honest with you, I'm glad I live in South Louisiana. There ain't no other place I'd want to be. It's where it's at. All right, we recruited some help here. Jason, Chase, gonna come help us run the traps. Y'all come in on the good part, the raising them up. We appreciate all the help we can get. Y'all might have to drag me and Mike out of here before it's all said and done. These 2 young guys, they've been back here crawfishing a couple of times this year, and they're gonna come lend us a hand picking up the traps and helping us sack them up. And don't take for granted that there ain't none in there. Got a whole bunch of them now, Jason. Got them laboring for you, huh? Yeah, that's how they learn.
It's gotta go the other way.
What they do? You ain't lying when you said that. And waders getting hot?
You're gonna be wetter than me, and I ain't got none on them. So if you get too hot in them now, let us know, because you can darn sure get like heat exhaustion. You lose all your body fluids. We'll be sacking them up before you know it, boys. Hanging on that nail. We'll do just fine till next year. Time to sack up.
One more.
That tub there about 3/4 of the way full is a sack. Good job, guys. When the water drains out and the crawfish come on top of the ground and all, they really get in here when it gets real shallow. Little spot right here that you chose, huh, Jason?
Yes, sir.
Let's see what you got. Nice catch. How's that look, Chase? Gold bunch. He was wearing those waders high a while ago. That's insulated waders. It started to get kind of light here. We made him drink some water. You gotta watch it, man. You can get heat exhaustion real easy. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. A lot of them come to the top. Yeah. He said that's the last one.
Well, I'm bleeding, I'm hot, I'm tired, I'm hungry, thirsty, but I'm happy. It was an excellent trip. I mean, we came in here and baited up this morning, trap set in the water, made it for a while. Come back, I got just what I wanted out of this. I thank you young boys for coming in and helping us raise them, sack them up. So that's gonna work out perfect for me. I got a lot of work to do now. My work's not over for sure. I got to go home. I wish y'all were old enough to come bowling for me. But it was a pleasure. And Mike, I want to thank you so much for inviting me to do this. It's been a pleasure again, like always. Hopefully, we'll do it many more times in the future. And from the Spanish Lake Swamp, we'll see y'all on the next Ascension Outdoors.
Hi, welcome to Tiz. Right this way.
Whether it's keeping you warm through the winter, helping you get dinner on the table, or making sure your fresh catch is fried just right, Ferrogas makes your house a home. Our dependable nationwide network ensures you have propane when you need it. When choosing a propane supplier, you want the right partner. Ferrogas employees live right here in Louisiana, so they understand the needs that you have as a home propane user. Join the Ferrogas family today. All right, folks, welcome back, man. That's a fun day in the swamp, ain't it?
Everything got to happen right for that to happen back there nowadays. Water got to come at the right time.
Right.
Water got to stay there for a long enough period of time.
Right.
And all that water that we was complaining about, everybody was complaining about because of the rain and all, it's starting to come into play now. You're getting the benefits of it. We had an excellent crawfish season. The frogging should be good, although it's been kind of, the tide's been up kind of high in tidal areas, so the frogging's been kind of slow, but you know, people's gardens look good.
Oh, yeah.
So the rain, probably the most important ingredient on earth.
Oh, that's right. It's one of them. All right, first picture I got right here is Jeff Averett, better known as Bodine, Arthur Ficklin, Casey LeBlanc, Billy Eldridge, and Duke Duval Court with one of 4 big old hogs they caught kind of around this area. They wouldn't divulge exactly where they was at, but they caught 4 big old hogs not too long ago, man. It's a good bunch of guys right there.
Yeah.
They do this year round.
They're very good at what
Yeah,
they're doing
they
right there
are
too.
good, too.
They're some of the best. They're probably the best we got around here
Yeah.
at doing that kind of stuff. No doubt about that.
Yeah, we lined up with them to do a show whenever the weather gets right and the leaves fall and stuff, where you can see a little better in the woods.
We need to take up that opportunity.
Oh, we're gonna do it, bro.
Here's Trent LeBlanc with his first turkey. It was a Jake. Congratulations, Trent.
Yeah, you're right.
He's the son of David and Judge Jesse LeBlanc. And Cole Murillo was on the hunt.
Yeah.
And also Alan Alfred. Turkey was killed 4 p.m. Wednesday of the Easter week. Congratulations on
Yeah,
that.
you're
That's a
right.
good eating bird right there. And I've had as many hard times trying to kill a Jake turkey as I've had trying to kill gobblers before.
All right, speaking about the rain and what it does, not just here but everywhere else, it's Chris Piper and Chris Luke with 12 monster catfish from the Mississippi River they've been catching on limb lines, not trout lines, and baiting with live crawfish. And then he sent me another picture of a white one, not albino, but I remember fishing in the Mississippi River.
That's common
a few
in the
times,
Mississippi
and
River.
You will catch them, they snow white.
Beautiful.
13.2 pounds that white blue cat weight.
Man, they got some pretty fish in that river.
Oh,
there.
they do.
Oh, here's a mess of bullfrogs that from the Blind River Bar Frog Rodeo. Sid Sellers and Little Jimmy took 4th place with total weight of 30 pounds, 2 ounces for the best 20 frogs. And they took 1st place on the big frog with a 2.4 ounce frog and a
2 pound, 0.4 ounces, right?
Right, and it earned a $1,000 check.
That's right.
Check bigger than the frog, but it takes a big frog to win it.
Well, for 30.2
That's
pounds
fantastic.
and 20 frogs, that's 1.5 pounds of frog.
So you catch a 2-pound bass or a 2-pound fish, and it's a pretty good sized fish. I mean, when
You can make a living catching 2 pound bass.
I guarantee you that. Well, they earned and made a living right there with that $1,000 check. Congratulations, y'all.
All right, this is Autumn Walden, daughter of Lucky Needham of Livingston, caught these 100 frogs now. She caught every one of them in a single night on a recent trip frogging on the Tickfaw River.
That's amazing.
That's right, and that's a frogging woman. She got kind of skin up and cut and bruised and all kind of stuff, reaching in there grabbing them frogs, bro, but she pulled it off.
Yeah, that frog hunting, you got to kind of watch where you sticking your head and your hands
don't
and
wanna grab
everything.
no cottonmouth.
Oh, that and wasp nests hanging low to the water and branches and all kind of stuff. Alligators.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of beating it to it, Renee Brignac beat somebody to this nice redfish right here, and that's her first redfish ever, and she caught it in Lake Catawatchee.
That's right.
Matter of fact, on a matrix beetle spin, fishing with her husband, Corey. They caught 6 bass as well.
All right, this
She
picture's
caught
from
one.
last duck season here. Andrew Hart with his new Chesapeake Bay Retriever Basin, app name, and the 18 ducks they killed opening day in Reggio. That included some black mountains, teal, gadwall, and spoonbills.
That might have been some of them ducks that eluded me and you that day. We was down there.
Very possible.
We'll chase them your way. Just keep
That's
shooting
right.
good. Here's a nice mess of fish right here.
That's right.
Matthew Hodge and Robert Daigle caught this nice mess of specks with 2 redfish. And Chalmette and Bob Avenue on live shrimp.
All right, folks, we appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Remember, send your pictures to Ascension Outdoors at etel.net or get on Facebook, man. Come on, tag us, put a little description on there. We get them off of Facebook all the time, and we'll see you next time on Ascension Outdoors.
From South Louisiana, I guess I should explain.